essentially what we had to do was really stage a large battle sequence with things blowing up and people getting dismembered and people blowing up and helicopters crashing and everything. And then at the end of it, in the same place, be able to simply turn the camera around, and if you're standing and looking forward, you're seeing Vietnam in 1969, and you turn around and you're seeing essentially any large movie set with all the trailers and the tents and makeup and wardrobe and all of that.
We want to feel as authentic as all these war movies, Vietnam movies, and even some World War II movies we've kind of used as reference. And we really kind of have this fortunate opportunity to review like the best nuggets of all these movies and come up with this composite of all of our favorite moments.
John Toll, our cinematographer, you know, had this experience from having done Braveheart and you know, Legends of the Fall and Thin Red Line, and just, you know, that's you know, he's an amazing cinematographer, and that's the reason why I wanted to work with him on this movie. The challenge, I think, for John in that sequence was just matching light, because we shot it over the course of 3 weeks, and in Hawaii the light changes every 5 minutes. And we tried to do as much stuff for real as possible in terms of explosions and the action and the choppers too. We didn't really do a very minimal amount of the CG, creating CG effects in that way. I mean, there's some enhancement and stuff, but again, all those movies like Deer Hunter or Apocalypse or Platoon, they all, you know, that's all pre-CG anyway, so you really want to create that feel.
That first sequence took a little bit of prep because it was all timing with the helicopter coming around and everything so noisy with explosions that we couldn't hear anything. So it was all visual cues. So we had to get everybody working together. We had 50 stuntmen all working together to create this one shot. So it took a bit of rehearsal, and it was turned out to be great.
When you see 50 stuntmen and like 10 of them are being blown 12 feet backwards in the air, and there's 3 practical helicopters landing, and everyone's just shooting the hell out of each other, and there's bombs going off left and right, you really have no choice but to scream intensely. Yeah, it's fun as hell, yeah. We were supposed to do a boot camp, and I know at a certain point it became a choice between boot camp or cast supper, and they went cast supper.
I can't believe I ate the whole thing. Oh.
I got stuck with the M60, the pig they call it, and it's a huge gun. People were saying that I was a natural, which is disturbing. If the gun jams, I just keep on pretending like shells are coming out and it's working, right? But apparently when the chips are down, the fellas want me in their foxhole. It sounded a little dirty.
I'm not all that psyched to get up in the helicopter. I hear good things about it, but I mean, I hate roller coasters. So I can't imagine that a Huey helicopter packed with people and a camera crew is going to be all that much fun for me. But, you know, it's my meal ticket, so hey.
It was so much fun to work with the Huey helicopters, and we have these incredible pilots that we work with.
The helicopter behind me is the aerial camera ship. We have a 35mm gyrostabilized camera that's on the nose. And what we've been doing for the last few weeks is covering quite a few air-to-air scenes with 3 Vietnam-era Huey helicopters.
It was a daunting task because there was so much that we wanted to get, and there were 3 choppers all the time that we wanted to have doing flybys. And those guys are so good because if you tell them where the camera's pointed, they're going to just go back and forth to give you action in the background. So they're doing like touch-and-go landings where stuntmen are jumping in, getting in the choppers and getting out. And all this is just for background behind the scene that's going on. So planning that scene it was a lot of planning. You do the whole thing in storyboards, like one frame at a time. And then off of the storyboards, the previs guys start to make up the previs, and then you add sound and dialogue to that. That's a tool that didn't even exist the last time I was directing, so, or at least in this form. So where you actually have these moving storyboards, and it's like a little video game where you can see the whole sequence, and it really helps you know the timing of how things are playing out and what you need and what you don't need if you want to cut out something, and you can actually edit the whole sequence before you've done it, so that you can figure out each element in the storyboard that you need in terms of, okay, in this shot there's like a chopper, there's an actor, the chopper blade can't be going for real because it's not safe, so we'll need a CG chopper blade, and that'll be a real chopper in the background flying by. We're going to need special effects to do the blood coming out of the guy's head.
Myself and several pilots, basically we viewed that, analyzed it, and signed off that we can do this, and then I think we've done a really good job to replicate exactly what what was laid out for us on the animatics.
And it was our first day of shooting, really, was like the first scene in the foxhole there. And then we just worked our way through it for 3.5 weeks. And like when we finished that sequence, I literally felt like we'd finished the movie. It was like we were like, woo, we finished the hot LZ. It was really a sense of accomplishment. And then it was like, oh my God, now we have to shoot the rest of the movie.